Hey, Tracy Nelson here with Creation Adventures. A lot of times I'm carrying you on adventures. Sometimes the adventures come to you, in kind of the strangest places, I guess, around my house, which I live in the country, but not in the wilderness or anything. Anyway, long story short. So the other day I'm mowing my grass and I'm coming around this area right here, as you can see, and I come by my air conditioning unit, and as I'm coming right through here, all right, I look up and there's a copperhead crawling across the yard. And I tried to get to it to hit it with a stick, but guess what it did? It went up right here, up under my shroud that goes to my air conditioning unit. Well, one thing I suspected, I'm not sure where it came from, but there was a yellow bell bush right here. And you can see I've taken that yellow bell bush down, thinking that that's probably where he was, or she was living. Well, so I had taken it down with my hedge trimmer and decided that I would go, and I was looking the whole time to see if there might have been more than one copperhead and if they would be in that bush. Now this is, 20 feet from the house, and I'm out here all the time. My grandchildren are out here all the time. If I was out in the middle of in the middle of the woods on a wilderness area, I wouldn't worry about taking care of this copperhead, but being right here at the house. And then when it went up under there, and what I'm gonna do in a minute is I'm gonna take that shroud off to see if there's another copperhead that might have been with this. Long story, here go. So I'm weed eating, and I've already looked this place over, and I've been raking in here, and lo and behold, look here. Look at this copperhead. So see there? I've already hit him with a couple of times to try to break him. But I've broken his neck, but he could still inflict put some poison in you, inject some poison. And he was up under these leaves, and I was weed eating, and I must have stepped on him. I don't know. It's fortunate I didn't get bitten. So he's not going to live, but he could still put you in the hospital possibly if he got a good bite on you. If he got a bite that had venom. So anyway, my plan is I'm going to finish him off. He's twisting around here. I'm going to finish him off, and then I'm going to take that shroud off, because this one looks smaller than the one that went up under that shroud. Now I'm hoping it's the same one. I'm hoping I don't find another one. But I do have some chaps, some snake chaps, or actually they're just, leggings that I can put on, just in case, because they'll just lay there. Like that snake, he just laid right there, and that's the problem with a copperhead. They'll just lay there, and he blended in so well. I didn't see him till he moved. Like I said, he was right up under my feet. So sometimes you go on an adventure, sometimes the adventure comes to you. So y'all hang in here with me, and I'm gonna take his shroud off and see if I have another one. Now I'm really hoping that was the one that I saw the other day. All right, so here are my tools. I'm not gonna bore you with me taking these screws off, but I've got a homemade catch stick. I used a piece of 1-inch PVC. I've learned this the hard way, and I didn't show this, but I had to go in my attic 2 times in the spring and get 2 rat snakes out of my attic. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So I've tweaked this. I've got a little foam there. So when I cinch it down, that's a poacher's knot. You can look that up. Poacher's knot, piece of wire. I found out that you need a little bit of stiffness in your noose, or it's hard to get that snake in there. Okay, like I said, 1-inch PVC, cinch it down. That's what I have. And of course, I have this little hook, wrought iron hook, in case I need to drag him out where I can get to him. All right. Of course, I have my cordless drill, and I'm going to take his shroud off. This shroud is it's attached to my air conditioning unit. We'll take it off with these sheet metal screws and pull this thing back, and I'm going to see if I've got another copper. So here's a pretty good challenge. See if you can spot the copperhead before I zoom in. Because if you're out here walking, it would be good to be able to spot him. And this might be a good video for children. So you're walking along. You see him? Yeah. He blends in very well. Back up a little bit. And remember, I know where he is. Now just look though, I'm looking at all this, and I just kind of go by like that right there. You see him? And then walk over there. There he is. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the first time I made the this little old catch stick. It took me about 5 minutes. I just made with materials I had. And I went into my attic the first time after we heard something up in the attic. And this is about a 6-foot rat snake that I got out of the attic. And here again, you know, it's a non-poisonous snake, but we're just not that comfortable, I mean, with snakes that we want them living in our house with us, you know. Because if they can get in the attic, there's a chance he could get in the house, and that'd be kind of unnerving, especially, you know, for children and my wife. So that's the first one I caught. So here is the second gray rat snake. After I caught the first one, we got to thinking that there might be another one, so I went back up, and this one was more challenging. I had tweaked my little snake stick and made it a little better using the wire because it was stiffer and easy to get around the snake's head to catch it. And this one really tried to get away from me a lot. Took a lot of diving, deep dives into the insulation that's up there in the attic, and I had to really scramble and work at getting this big rat snake out of the attic. So yeah, it's been a very interesting spring. I think those two were up there mating. And what we heard was those two snakes tangled up, rolling around in our attic. But maybe I'm hoping that I got them all out of the attic. So there again, you just never know what kind of adventure you're going to get into. Even just sitting in the house or you know, living out in the country, it's always a lot of fun.